guys, welcome back to an all new episode of KhanFlicks. Today we'll be doing a side-by-side comparison video between two robotic vacuums. That is right, today we have ourselves the ECOVACS T10 Plus as well as the ROBOROCK S7 Plus, both of which are great robotic vacuums and they're priced about just around $950 each. Now together we'll be unboxing them as well as putting them to the test and seeing exactly which is the better buy. So if you guys want to learn more about them, check out the links down below in the description, and without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so looking at the packaging, both boxes actually look pretty cool. Kind of showcases the product on the front. Based off of the T10 Plus, has almost like an elegant kind of feel, while the S7 Plus has almost a futuristic vibe. Again, they do kind of give a little bit of breakdown as you kind of rotate them about. Talks about the features, of course, on the packaging. And yeah, I mean, the T10 Plus is a lot bigger than the S7 Plus, so it should be interesting to see what's inside of them. So let's go ahead and open these things up next and see what we got. All right, so the first one we're gonna open up is our ECOVACS DEEBOT T10 Plus. Quick start guide here on the top talking about how to go ahead and set this thing up. You can see everything kind of nicely labeled. So we have our base station and then we have our vacuum, both in two separate boxes. This is kind of nice, it's really easy to use, and they come with handlebars so you can technically carry them about. There's a little label here on the front, what's what, so we have our base station as well as our robot vacuum. Alright, so this here's everything that you get. So you get your base station, you get your robotic vacuum, you get your mop attachment, you get an air freshener, that is really cool. You get your two brushes, and then you get disposable mop pads, as well as a user manual, and that is about it in a nutshell. Now overall, I have to say off the bat, this thing definitely has a very nice elegant look. I really like the design concept of it, and the fact that it even has a built-in camera as well as 3D scanning capability is definitely high class and high quality. So let's go ahead and open up our S7 Plus next and see how it looks side by side. Alright, so this here's our ROBOROCK S7 Plus, and based off the looks of it, they look like two completely different robotic vacuums. Obviously, this is kind of a futuristic kind of vibe to it, but it does seem a little bit busy. Now, it does come with the accessories that is needed, so it does come with the user manual, as well as a mop pad portion. Looks like it does come with an extra bag to go ahead and for our dust collecting bin, and then also a power cable. Let's go ahead and turn these things on next and see how they perform physically. Alright, so we're all set, ready to go. So we have both of our robot vacuums here, and what I originally did is I had them kind of do a quick scan of the room to create a map, and now this here is the actual results.
So kind of jumping right into it, they both were quite different. Now the DEEBOT T10 Plus was actually my favorite, mainly because of the fact that the mapping was significantly faster and a little bit more defined. I mean, it literally labeled each room for me, and on top of that, it created a 3D mapping of it. So this allows you to go ahead and even put furniture in there to go and customize and essentially create your home inside the app. Now from this, you can go ahead and clean specific areas as well as specific furniture based on your own personal needs. Now the ROBOROCK was able to go ahead and scan, however it did lack the capability to create more of a structural environment. You have to physically or manually put boundaries in there, which is a bit of a downside, but then again, it was able to go ahead and scan, however it did take a little bit longer. So the next thing we're going to do is actually go ahead and put it to the test. Now, both of these robots have good suction, however the DEEBOT T10 Plus is a little bit stronger with a suction power of 3000 PA, while the ROBOROCK has 2500 PA. So let's go ahead and put them side by side in a quick little test. Now we went ahead and put little tiny bits of styrofoam. We're going to go ahead and see if these robot vacuums can go ahead and vacuum it without leaving any certain kind of debris. So let's start off with the DEEBOT T10 Plus. So you can see that it was actually able to do so. However, it did have some trouble following a straight path. I believe the AI system was trying to push it to go around the room. You can see it was able to pick it up without any problem. Now let's go ahead and try out the ROBOROCK S7 Plus next. Now, surprisingly, I felt like the ROBOROCK S7 Plus was a little bit more easier to go with. It went ahead on a straight line and vacuumed it right away. However, it did leave some debris, but then again, it did a great job overall. Let's go ahead and try out the obstacle avoidance. So I went ahead and set up my own little obstacle in the situation of just random household items that I was able to find. Now I'm gonna go ahead and turn both of these things on and see how they perform in an environment like this, and can they actually maneuver around without actually hitting them. So let's go ahead and keep score and see who's the winner. Alright, so the overall results was that both of them had a little bit of trouble with the PlayStation controller. Now, the only thing I noticed was the DEEBOT T10 Plus was better at kind of moving its way around it. However, the ROBOROCK S7 Plus literally kept hitting it over and over again, and even hit the mouse a few times too. But it kind of gives you an idea exactly how they perform, and they actually are pretty good robots overall. Alright, so the next thing we're going to look at is the automatic dust collection. Now, both of these robot vacuums come with their own base stations, allowing you to go ahead and use it to suck up the dust that it currently collected. Now, the main difference between the two is obviously how long it takes to suck it up, as well as the loudness of them. So let's go ahead and compare those side by side.
Emptying dust bin.
Now, one thing about the T10 Plus that really sticks out to me is the fact that it has a built-in camera on the front. This allows you to go ahead and use it as a patrol device. Besides just being a robotic vacuum, it also serves as a security system, giving you eyes on what's happening.
So I can have it patrol, I can control it in terms of arrival on command. So I can want it to go, say like over here, I can hit go, and then the robot will automatically go where I want it to go if I need it in terms of, say, like some security purpose. All right, so let's go ahead and try out our Mop Function. So we'll start off the ROBOROCK S7. So I'm gonna click on enter here, and I'm gonna adjust our Mop Function, and we're gonna do a little intense, and then we click on clean, and then we'll hit start. All right, you can see it's scrubbing. So it actually does have a physical panel on the DEEBOT moving on the back there for the scrubbing capability. So that is actually pretty cool. So this is actually pretty good in terms of getting out stains and essentially using it as a proper mop. And you don't see that too often, especially with robotic vacuums. So that's actually a really nice feature in terms of the DEEBOT goes. And right there is a spot where I wanted to scrub. Perfect. and they're gonna go ahead and return back to the dock, and that is that. All right, so it kind of gives you an idea what these robot vacuums are about. Definitely very different robot vacuums, but priced about the same. My personal take would be the RoboVac is actually a pretty simple robot in terms of robot vacuum goes. Better than some of the ones that we've seen before, but again, for the pricing, I would highly recommend going with the DEEBOT T10 Plus, mainly because of the fact that it has a 3D scanning capability, built-in camera, and then of course an air freshener, which is always an added-on plus. And that is something very unique and I've never seen before, and I would highly recommend it. Now, with that said, if you guys have any questions, comment down below. Otherwise, we'll see you guys next time. Take care now. Bye-bye.